We are on the Instagram.
We are live.
503 Runner. Yes, Instagram. That's
Greg. It's Greg, our viewer Greg. Okay, how are we doing on Facebook? Any update? Are we there?
Boom. Yes. Okay, so everyone can see us now. Sunrise Extra, Friday morning edition. It is just Ashley and I.
Yes.
Brendan taking care of some business in the newsroom right now. Nina remains on a little vacation. We've got a couple of different topics we're talking about this morning.
Yes, let's do it.
Which one do you think we should jump into first, Ashley?
You know, I'm really interested in Fortnite, in the Fortnite discussion.
Absolutely.
So I say we talk about that.
All right, so here's the deal. This came up because right now there is a competition in New York City. There is a Fortnite, basically, World Cup Championship. And
it's like a whole tournament.
I mean, I guess I'm not surprised that it exists. What I'm surprised about is the amount of money that's at stake.
It's crazy.
They said that the winner of this tournament in New York City is going to walk away with over $2 million, essentially.
And that's just one prize, right? That's the grand prize winner.
Prize.
Jeez.
And I know somewhere in our notes here we have the exact dollar amount that
I think it's 30. I want to say it was like something like 30 million over the course of the weekend in prizes.
$30 million up for
My brain
grabs.
is like.
What really put this in perspective was the $2 million grand prize is more than the winners at Wimbledon walked away with this year.
And again, if you don't know what Fortnite is, it's a video game and it's super popular. Do your kids play it, or they talk about it, or?
And they wouldn't want me to say out loud what they enjoy more than Fortnite because they still like Minecraft more than Fortnite, which I guess is not as cool. But they have played Fortnite. They're just not sucked into it, thankfully, as much as I know some other kids are. And I always thought that Fortnite was sort of on the back end of its popularity. I felt like it peaked because I just haven't heard like the kids on the team talking about it as much. But the fact is, it's back in the news again this morning because of this crazy World Cup competition with $30 million up for grabs. And I'm just wondering if our viewers are as surprised as you and I are that this money is available for playing video games. Yeah. Does it change your opinion on the value of video games, the worth of playing? Because I always tell my kids, you're not going to get anywhere in life playing
by playing games, right? But now, clearly you could. I mean, that's like, you know, the chance that you're going to win that, pretty slim.
Right, just the same chance they have of making a Major League Baseball.
Exactly, or winning Wimbledon or something. But, you know, now that this is becoming so popular, colleges have programs now where kids can go. I don't know, are they more of designing, like video game, graphics and designing, or it's literally playing?
These are you can be a gamer in college. Basically, they're recruiting gamers, and I know some of the schools that have gaming programs. It's not specific to Fortnite. I think it's just gaming in general.
Okay.
Boise State, the University of Utah, University of
UC
California.
Irvine.
Yeah, UC Irvine. It's crazy that the colleges aren't turning their backs on this. They're embracing it.
And there are even scholarships. This says right here, this is from Wired.com. They say the average esports scholarship is almost $5,000 a year. So your kids, they can actually get scholarships and go in and study this at college. So I'm curious, how many of you, does it change your opinion of maybe letting your kids play, or you play, or, you know, does it change your thoughts on that?
I feel like as adults, most of us stingy old adults, we have this negative view of the video games. Like basically they're a time suck.
Right.
They're wasting kids' times, they're wasting adults' times if they're still playing them. You don't accomplish anything when you're sitting in front of that screen. So does it change your opinion at all when you learn that there's actually college opportunities available through gaming, that there's prize money at stake at some of these gaming competitions? So Ashley is keeping an eye on our Facebook live feed, so you can chime in on Facebook right now. I've got my eyes glued to the Instagram feed.
Any comments?
The Instagram feed. No, we have a lot of people joining in right now, so we could talk about that if you'd like. And then there's the second topic that sort of jumped out to me this morning.
Yeah, let's talk about Better Naito.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because Chris McGinnis always talks about Better Naito when he's doing the traffic reports. And essentially, Better Naito is that program where they take away that one northbound lane on Naito Parkway during the summer months.
Yeah.
And they turn it into strictly a bike lane.
Right.
And you can see, I always thought it was just during the Brewers Fest, to be honest with you. I didn't notice that it's there all
the whole summer. Yeah, it's supposed to end soon, but not now.
Right. So now they're talking about making the Better Naito program a year-round program.
Like permanent, forever.
And that bike lane would always be there. They would get rid of the white cones that divide it now, and they would make it turn it into a permanent curb, like a concrete barrier that would separate cars from bikes. And so a lot of people, we posed the story originally this morning as some people like it, some people hate it. But if you listen to our comments online, if you looked at this morning's poll on our Sunrise show, it looked like the majority of people hated the idea. there were a few that liked it.
So the main argument being that people just don't want it to slow traffic down. They think it will, but the city's saying it actually doesn't. Like wasn't it a fact like over the 5 years of data showed it didn't really impact?
It showed that
that much.
It's something that's hard for people that are driving in a car down there, especially during some of the peak hours in the late afternoon and early evening. Have a hard time believing, because I was just stuck in that myself. I came from the suburbs down south, came up to downtown on Wednesday night, tried to cross over the Hawthorne Bridge, and my goodness, like Naito Parkway was backed up almost to the 405.
Yeah. Ooh.
And this was at about 6:30 at night.
Yikes.
So it's not like the beginning of rush hour. We should have been at the tail end. And I have to believe that part of that was we all were funneled into one less lane because of that bike lane that's down there during the summer. And now soon, it'll be year round.
Let's see. We have a couple comments. Becky, she's referring to Fortnite, though. She says she does not care that much about the video game, about the story. Mary says, bike trail, question mark. Alf says, downtown is so small. I always found it easy to walk wherever I wanted to go. Seems like a waste of money and will make deliveries even harder for people working down there. So valid
Rob
point.
St. Helen, who chimes in regularly on the Instagram feed, Rob says, this is simply Portland's government, their way of forcing people to ride a bike. I know my kid's school tries to do that. With the limited parking they put there at the school, it's like, hey, walk or bike. If you choose to drive a car, you're going to have to deal with the
You're
issues.
in trouble. You won't have anywhere to go.
You'll have to fight for these 4 parking spots we have. So, I mean, it does
funny.
happen with some organizations where they do try to get you to ride your bike or walk versus driving. But like you said, the studies they claim show that there really hasn't been a negative impact on the congestion part of it.
And when is this going to be?
So it would go into effect starting next summer.
That's right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
So
this
it's still
winter.
going to end
They have to do the construction.
this summer.
They have to convert that lane into a permanent bike lane. But they're saying, yeah, starting next summer, summer 2020, that bike lane that we've gotten used to for the summer months only down there on Naito and downtown would become a year-round thing.
We have a light feed, light comments today. I think everybody's fatigued by the work week ending, ready for the weekend. Let's talk about weekend plans. Anything fun?
What are we doing? Okay, so all this week, think about it for a second. I just told you like 10 minutes ago that I'm going to go see Wicket tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone seen Wicket
Oh, my
since
gosh.
it's been here in Portland? It's been on a 3-week run. This weekend is essentially the end of that 3-week run.
Okay, and I told you my mom went, loved it.
Okay, I've
yeah,
never seen
had
it.
a blast.
Never seen it.
I would love to see that someday.
You've never seen it anywhere? Okay, so I got these tickets. Actually, it was a Christmas gift for my sister-in-law and her husband, and then I got my wife and I ticket as well. So we've had these since December. It was one of those things where I'm like, are we going to actually hold on to these tickets or lose them between Christmas and the end of July? But
hopefully you dug them up already.
I gave them to my wife.
Okay, good.
She held on to them securely, and we're going there tonight. So that's plan number 1. And this caps off a big week for my wife and I because we have been without children since Monday.
Right, how's that been?
Yeah, they've been at summer camp since being dropped off Monday morning. You know, you miss them. I don't like to think about it because if you let your mind wander, you start thinking about all the like the potential trouble or danger they could run into. They could sprain an ankle. They could hit their head. I don't want to get into things that are worse than that, but sometimes things worse than that creep into my head because they're not.
Because you're not supervising.
Right, I can't supervise. But you see updates through this camp Facebook page of what they're doing. So I like checking in on that and seeing that they're smiling.
Cool. Yep.
And they appear to be having fun. We picked them up Saturday morning, so tonight is our last night of parental freedom.
So you're going to go out, see a play,
yes.
see a show, and then you'll have the boys back for the weekend.
My brother-in-law is apparently going to do the driving tonight since he has to work early tomorrow morning.
So cheers to having maybe a cocktail.
Yes. A cocktail-filled and a kid-free evening.
That sounds amazing. I won't have one of those for a while.
What do you have going on this week?
I'm having some girlfriends over tonight. We're gonna have a little girls' night.
Okay.
Some wine, perhaps.
Where does Chris, your husband, go during girls' night?
He's working tonight.
Okay, so that was easy.
Yeah.
The kids?
The kids will be asleep.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing at my house. No babysitter needed. Kids will be asleep. They go to bed like 7.
You're not afraid of waking those babies up with the noise, and I'm sure you girls
Dude, it's not
can
gonna
create.
get that rowdy.
Really?
No, it's just a couple
There's
girls.
not like big loud
or like
laughing and
5 of us. Well, yeah, we'll be outside probably.
Okay.
Patio, hot tub. So it should be fun. We have a birthday party tomorrow and another birthday party
the kids?
Sunday. No, we had one last weekend.
Who's the birthday party for this
Oh,
weekend?
our friend's kid.
Okay.
And then our neighbor's birthday Sunday.
So there are a lot of events happening
lot of
around
plans.
town this weekend. I mean,
Okay.
I'm trying to remember 5 off the top of my head. Number 1, Oregon
Brewers Fest.
If you've been to the Brewers Festival, let us know how this year's event is going because apparently this year they changed it up a little bit. Exclusively Oregon-based breweries at this year's event.
And no longer Sunday.
And no longer on Sunday. So if you're going to check it out and you haven't done it yet, you either got to go today or tomorrow. Don't show up on Sunday. You'll feel very lonely.
Another event, Washington County Fair happening.
Yes.
Rod Hill was live there all morning.
That is happening up at the county fairgrounds in Hillsboro, and that is a 4-day event. So it started yesterday, continues today, Saturday, and they will
Sunday.
Have the fair on Sunday as well.
What else is happening?
Number 3.
Tell me.
They call it the Rip City 3-on-3 basketball tournament.
Oh, that's fun.
So every year down at the Moda Center, the Blazers have now taken this over a few years ago, and it's basically obviously a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, but they have a lot of activities around the basketball playing there at Moda Center, and I've driven past there during this weekend, and it is packed. I mean, there are a lot of kids and young adults and some older teams, like people in their 40s, believe it or not,
so old.
playing hoops down there for this 3-on-3 tournament, the Rip City 3-on-3 tournament.
Okay.
I just want to real quickly jump back because Johnny brings up a point. He says, I might be late to hearing this. Does anyone know what was going on in Waterfront Park yesterday morning during sunrise? Hundreds of people standing around staring at the sun. So someone asked us about this before.
Oh, I haven't heard about this.
This is just the Brewers Fest, from what I understand.
Oh, okay.
There were some
staring at the sun.
There was some live coverage of the Brewers Festival yesterday morning during the early morning newscast, not just ours. Believe it or not, there are other news outlets in town.
There are not?
They cover some news too, and apparently there was a lot of live early morning previews of the Brewers Festival, creating activity down there along the waterfront. That's what I know it to be, Johnny. Hopefully that answers the question correctly.
Interesting.
And accurately. No one's chiming in with their weekend plans, Ashley?
Nobody.
We must be putting the audience to sleep this morning.
Yeah, I think we should give it a wrap.
So with that, Ashley says, we give it a wrap. It is Sunrise Extra.
Because it's Friday.
It's the first time we've done it with Jessica holding the phone like that.
We haven't had any comments, people hating on us for holding a selfie stick, so that's a positive, right?
How's your arm, Jessica?
Falling asleep.
Okay, and we'll
Thank you, Jess. And thank you, Grant, we have 2 people manning cameras. Womaning cameras. A womaning and a manning a camera. So, that'll do it.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.